Hello, my name's Mel. Welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, I'm currently turning this Mercedes Vario into a luxurious overlander. And once I finish, I'll be off on the hunt for treasure. So if that's something that interests you, then please do consider subscribing to my channel. Now, today is the day I finally get to finish off building the kitchen in this, I nearly said campervan. It's a bit big for a campervan, isn't it? That's why I call it an overlander. It's just huge. After all, it is 7.5 tonne. Anyway, today, hopefully, you see these pieces of nicely varnished wood in front of me. These are actually going to be my drawer fronts. Let me take you inside the van and show you one that I finished earlier. True Blue Peter fashion. Well, it would appear that I have forgotten to put the drawer in place, but before I show you what the actual finished drawer looks like, just want to show you that I painted this surround black, and I've used chassis paint with this in the hope that this wood now looks metal. The reason I did this is because it didn't look very good when I put these grills in. I haven't actually put them in yet because I only painted this the other day and I've not been back to see what it looks like. Anyway, I think that just looks a little bit better. It matches the cooktop now. The whole front is black. And it detracts from the fact that this is actually made of wood. It looks more like part of the cooktop, the whole thing. I think that looks great, but let's have a look what it looks like with the actual drawer front. So this is the drawer front that I've been making during the week. After work I've been popping in for a couple of hours. There we go. Take a look at that. Now, this piece of ply did actually inspire me to varnish these. I wasn't going to varnish these drawer fronts originally. I was going to cover them in a material and make some kind of frame. Here's the material that I was going to use, because after all I want to make this van look a bit yachtish, but with a twist of steampunk, retro, eclectic, rustic. So this is the material that I brought to put on the drawer fronts. It's like a bronze with like a paisley type leafy pattern on it. I really liked it. And originally I was going to glue this, like I say, to the front of the drawers and then put a varnished wooden frame around it. But I realised these push buttons, if I had a frame around here, they're too close to the edge. So I wouldn't be able to use these push buttons either. Right, so what I'm going to do now is finish off doing all these drawer fronts, all but one. When I get to the last one, because by the time I get to the last one, I should have some kind of idea of what I'm doing, and I'll be able to impart that knowledge on you. So if you're interested in seeing how these drawers all turn out, keep watching to the end. I'll see you in a bit. Well, I've got to say, this has taken much longer than I thought it would. It took a lot of working out, a lot of fiddling, a lot of messing about. But like I said, I would save the very last one to show you guys what I've learned. So let's take a look how to fit these. Now, I got these off of AliExpress, I think it was, because to be honest I weren't sure if I was going to use them, so I tried to get them from the cheapest place possible. They are a bit plasticky, but I don't know if the dearer ones are the same or not. There we go. Let me just show you how they work. So they push in, this goes up and it catches behind a little clip, and then this ring dresses it up and makes it look a bit fancy. So anyway, here's how I fitted them. So I've got my drawer done, we know that, we've seen the videos. These are just T connectors, or T, I don't know what they are. What do you call these? These are for connecting timbers together. As you can see, I've never used them, but I am using them now for spacers. I'm going to rest my drawer front on them, and this ensures that the gap underneath is big enough so that when I open the drawer it doesn't drag. Right. And I actually use these spacers as well. These T connectors, or whatever they're called. I have no idea what they're called, but I use them to fit the drawers as well. So there we are. We know that's in there perfect. We've got a perfect gap there, gap at the top's nice and level. Obviously the gap at the bottom is perfect. So we put that to one side. This is where the trick is, or this is what I've learned. So to make sure I can fit that there perfectly without gluing it, by the way, because I don't want to glue these, because I might change my mind and remove them and replace them with something else. So now I'm going to drill 4 pilot holes. You will see why in a minute. Like that. One there. And one about. And these are going to be for the screws coming through that's going to hold the drawer front in place. But here's the thing, you can't screw them drawer fronts with the door shut. That's why I drilled these pilot holes. So now, from the inside, I've been putting 2 through here like this. And the tips of these screws are sticking through, leaving like a spike, as it were, sticking out of the wood. Now, before I do anything else, I change my screw bit, place it in there, for a countersink bit. And then inside the drawer, drill out these countersunk holes. All but these 2 top ones. Obviously I'm not going to drill these out because the screw would stick out too far. Okay, this is what it looks like on the inside. I've got these 4 screws ready in place, ready to be screwed through, and then these 2 I've screwed them in but I haven't countersunk them. This means that only the tips of the screws are sticking out. Now this is where the magic begins, or happens. It's not really that magical. Anyway, here we go. We shut our drawer, put our spacers back under like that. We get our drawer front, make sure I've got it the right way up. I've marked it on top of there. This was drawer number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, whatever. Right. We now place this back, making sure that the gap down each side is exactly the same, and then just by doing that, we're literally impaling the drawer front to the drawer, the drawer front to the front of the drawer. Now put my hand under here, bring this drawer forward. Oh, hang on. Take these out first. So I've learned it causes scratches. You can close that. I now screw it in. We could go for these middle ones first. Like that. So those 2 screws are done up, which means the ones that I use to impale the drawer front to the front of the drawer can remove. We don't need those anymore. We take those 2 out. The 2 bottom ones we can now do up. Put our countersink bit back on. And countersink those holes that we previously used to impale the drawer. Don't know how well this is coming out on camera, to be honest. But you get the idea, right? Now we take that countersink off, put our screw bit back in, and we can now put those in permanently, like that. And that is our drawer front fitted. All we need to do now is fit the latch. To fit the latch, the first thing you need to do is find the centre of the drawer. Well, my drawer openings are 500 across. So using my rule, I know that 250 is a mil. So I put a tiny little dot there, and that's our centre. Oops. Also, I'm going to put a dot right up under there as well, because I need to know where the centre is for the inner latch. Right, now here's the bit that took me ages to work out, and that's getting the height right, where this actually goes. If anyone's got any of these, what I did, I measured from the top of here to where the screw hole goes. So the height, the distance between the top and the screw, that distance there, and it is 35 mil. Using our tape measure, looking at our little dots, we know where the centre is. Hold the tape up against the top, because these gaps vary. Up against the side of the dot with my bradawl or pointy squabber. I then find the 35 mil mark. This has got to be really precise, otherwise it'll just look all wonky. malfunction, or as I like to call it, a malfunction. Put it there, so that's 35 there. And that is it. That's the centre of where our latch is going to go. Right there. All the hole saws I've got, all the really expensive ones, none of them were the right size, but this cheap one, perfect size, as you will see in a mo. Because the ring, this ring, is a push fit, you need to get this hole as close to the right size as you possibly can. I've got to be really careful because I don't want to scratch my varnish. There we go. So that's started. I put my mask on because I don't want to damage my lungs. After all, you only get one set and they gotta last. Right. There we go. Right. And there we go, a nice hole, right. So this ring now fits on there. As you can see, it's a nice tight fit. Got me plastic mallet. Bring that in. That ain't coming out of there in no hurry, I can tell you. Next job then is to fit our actual latch. Like that. And that's simply screwed in from behind. And I found it's easier to do this with it in the closed position. It makes it more central, like that. Yep, so this is up and it's clear, so it will open and close. We've got it in the right position. Drill a little pilot hole for our screw. Like that. And these come with a little packet of screws. And these screws are quite soft. They're made out of really soft metal, so don't use your power screwdriver. It just churns them up in no time. So that's why I'm using a hand screwdriver. Old school. Not gonna lie, I'm absolutely done. It has taken much longer to do this than I thought it would. Right, let's just screw these in quickly. You don't need me to complain about how I feel. If I'm tired or not, there's no relevance to this, is it? Yeah. I won't want to screw these in and out a couple of times. They will just round off. Right, so that's our knob fitted. Yes, it clears. So now we've got to do is fit this little L bracket up underneath. Take our drawer out. Oh God. Push those in. Did I leave a mark? Let's just highlight that mark with my marker pen so I can see where it is. So what I'm doing now is measuring the distance between the front of the drawer and the actual latch. Then I'll know where to put that. It's quite simple really. So here's our little L bracket. Just give you a better look at that, you see. It's quite simple, it's quite self-explanatory how it works. So now all I've got to do is put my latch in place. And obviously I'm looking at my little dot that I did earlier to make sure this is actually in the middle. Again, I'm going to use a hand screwdriver. We're not using our power screwdriver because these screws are quite soft. They are fragile to say the least. There we go. That's why I'm drilling a pilot hole as well. If I didn't drill the pilot hole, from experience, the screws just thread off. The tips of the screws just round off. Oh yeah, it's nice and tight. Well, hopefully it's in the right place. Only one way to find out, and that's put our drawer back. In the one, yeah. It's got stuck with the water because I didn't have it unlatched before I pushed the drawer in. Right, so now the drawer's in, it's latched. Gonna go under there, grab it by the back of the drawer. Look at that, it does not open. Absolutely spot on. Don't think I could have got it better if I tried. There we go. That is my kitchen drawers done at last. Just one more thing to do, and that's that door for there. And using the magic of video editing, here it is. Here's my kitchen cabinet door. It's simply stuck. It's simply a sheet of ply with some phenolic ply screwed to the back of it. And I've done it like this because I actually intend hanging a bin on this door, so I've made it nice and strong. I've used super strong hinges. I've also added some phenolic ply, so when I put my cleaning products in here and if they were to spill, it's pretty waterproof, I suppose. I've added a phenolic ply bottom as well for the same reason. But there you have it. The door is finished. Used the same latches. I think it looks all right. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. But the main thing is I am now one step closer to going on my treasure hunting adventures. And if that's something that interests you, then check out the video on your screen right now. I'll see you there. Yeah, dig?